Hi guys, so it's Elisa again, and I am experimenting with my iPhone 6. So, um, I noticed from the last video that it's not really like 100% clear, but it's just so quick to upload videos like that, like to take 2 seconds. So, like if I do it on my computer, it takes like hours. So, I thought I'd make a video, kind of like making a update, like a sort of update slash transition related yeah, video. I mean that I look back at my videos and I notice how, like, at the beginning of my transition, which is when I started this channel, it was the main focus of my channel, and it was kind of like something that I would do really regularly, obviously, because with the hormone therapy and all of that, you kind of see changes on a pretty like regular basis, and that's pretty much what you're focused on. And then several issues that you come along, that you stumble upon in transition. But I thought, it's rare to see like a trans woman, update on the physical aspect of transition, and as well as other aspects of transition, way years into her transition, like when we're talking about 10 years or something like that. And it hasn't been 10 years for me, but it's been quite a few years, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. I thought maybe like somebody that is young and is starting that transition could stumble upon this video and, I don't know, maybe find it helpful. I would say, with me, it's probably like, it's difficult to talk about it because it's something that is so precious and so intimate and so like it's almost as talking about, as I compare it, with talking about your children or something like that. You don't, you can't really um, um, trivialize the subject, or and you don't really want to talk about it with people that don't really care. So, but I'll try to to just say how it is, and basically it's still like the most wonderful thing, amazing, wonderful to say the least, thing that happened in my life, that my transition, and for people that wonder, you know, it gets like better and better and better and better and better and better and better. I mean, in terms of like physical changes, it's definitely a process. And like now, like, I think it's about 7 years into it, 7 years of hormones, like my body has completely changed. As kept on feminizing, to be honest with you. Like if I compare myself to a few years ago as well, my you might take step in your transition like I did, to kind of like have forehead feminization surgery, which obviously carries on the feminization process. And I think it's also a matter of really growing comfortable with who you are, which I think has been the main thing in my transition and my experience, in terms of my journey and what I made of this transition. But I definitely kind of like I'm a lot more accepting of being a transgender woman, and in saying that, I mean, when I say accepting, I mean, I'm open about it. And if, especially when it comes to dating, relationships, and things like that, it's not something that I even consider like, when do you say it? When, it's just, one of the first things about me, because just simply because it's one of the most important things about me. you know um it's like I mean, yeah, it's like being, I don't know, gay or whatever. It's you, it's a big part of you. It's not the whole of you, it's a big part of you. So um I obviously, and generally I just have much less of an issue in with it. Or I'm less insecure about it, and that does reflect in your relationship with society. The more you feel secure within yourself, the more you are secure in your environment, basically. And I'm not saying, like, and of course there's, those challenges that come up sometimes. They will always come up. There will always be the person that says, that's a man, or is that a man, or like what happened to me recently, like somebody, a teenage boy said that I was a she-male or something like that. Those things hurt. Anything that is, that is done intentionally to hurt you will hurt you, pretty much, because that's what's that's intention. However, it's what happened to me is that they take up a lot less space in my life, a lot less emotional space and psychological space. Those are things that like really could chip on my self-esteem a lot, and really stop me from living my life. Whereas, that doesn't happen now. I will feel the disappointment, and I'm getting in touch with her, but I don't want it to even spoil my evening if it happens in the evening, or you know what I mean? It's just not, it just doesn't feel like that anymore. Also because I'm much more aware of who I am, and I'm more comfortable in also recognizing that for some people, it's not a matter that it's not a denial of your femininity or of your womanhood, but it's just an affirmation of their own fears and insecurity. And there are phobias due to their fears, and oftentimes this situation is people are, afraid of what they're feeling, it's just, what if they kind of at first think you're an attractive woman, then they go, oh my God, finding out that you're trans, and somewhat they are not emotionally prepared for this, and therefore they're frightened, and they will lash out. That's what happens. But I am more confident with like looking at situations like this and really seeing what is really going on without like letting it become something about me, And I'm not, as I said, it's not something that I'm saying to say, oh, I don't care anymore. No, because whenever something is, it's hurtful, it's hurtful. And, there's insecurities that I have that I probably will always have. But overall, like my life has got like so much better, in terms of it's just, to be honest with you, I would never imagine when I started my transition that I could be like this, that I would be this woman, that I would look the way I look. But it's not so much the looks, but it's that I would be able to acquire my level of confidence and security within myself, and my experiences have changed a lot, also in terms of, I go back to dating and stuff. I was, sort of like going after men that were obviously, that they wouldn't really treat me nice. I think they wouldn't really be able to appreciate me because of their own fears and insecurity. But obviously, as your esteem grows, then you basically put up less with all that stuff, and you go more towards people that actually do talk to you respectfully, and they like you as a person, and they're not just there to like, it didn't just, sexualize you, or somewhat are ashamed of you, or situations like that. They just don't come into your radar anymore. But anyway, I just wanted to give you an update. I'm aware that now I'm aware, but I'm conscious that it's 10 minutes, and I think it's going to stop. And I don't want to make this too long. I love you all, and I hope this is somewhat useful, and speak to you soon. Bye.